discharge you soon?
Out of here!
My man is not going to die!
Out of my sight! Out of my... Oh, dear God. Betty, will you wake, dear? Open your eyes. What have I done to deserve?
Uncle, Susanna Walcott's here from Dr. Griggs.
Oh? Let her come. Let her come.
Come in, Susanna.
What does the doctor say, child?
He bid me come and tell you, Reverend Sir, that he cannot discover no medicine in his books.
Then he must search on.
Aye, sir. He had been searching his books since he left you. He bid me come and tell you that you might look to unnatural things for the cause of it.
No, no. There be no unnatural causes here. Tell him I have sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly, and he will surely confirm that. Let him look to medicine and put all thought of unnatural causes out of sight. There be none.
Aye, sir. He bid me tell you.
Speak nothing of it in the village, Susanna.
Go directly home and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir. I pray for her.
Uncle, the rumor of witchcraft is all about... I think you'd best go down there and deny it yourself. The parlor is packed with people, sir. I'll sit with her.
And what shall I say to them? That I discover my niece and my daughter dancing like heathen in the forest?
Uncle, we did dance. Let you tell them I confessed it, and I'll be whipped if I must be. But they're talking about witchcraft. Betty's not witched.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation when I know you've not been open with me. What did you do with her in the forest?
Uncle, we did dance, but when you leaped off the bush so suddenly, Betty was frightened, and she fainted. And that's the whole of it.
Child, sit you down.
I would never hurt Betty. I love her dearly.
Now look, you child. If you traffic with spirits in the forest last night, I must know it, for surely my enemies will.
But we never conjured spirits.
Abigail! Why can she not move her since midnight? This child is desperate. It must come out. My enemies will bring it out. Do you not understand that I have many enemies?
I have heard of it, Uncle.
There is a faction that has sworn to drive me from my pulpit. Do you understand that?
I think so, sir.
Now then, in the midst of such disruption, my own household is to be the center of some obscene practice. Abominations are done in the forest.
It were sport, Uncle.
You call this sport? Abigail, if there's anything that may help the doctor, give me all of it now. I saw Tituba waving her arms over that fire, and I heard screeching and gibberish coming from her mouth. She was swaying like a dumb beast over that fire.
She always sings her Barbados songs and we dance.
I cannot blink what I saw, Abigail, for surely my enemies will not blink it. And I think I saw someone naked running through the trees.
No one was naked. You mistake yourself, Uncle.
I saw it! Now tell me true, Abigail, for perhaps my ministry and your cousin's life is at stake. Give me all of what you have done there.
There's nothing more, I swear it.
Abigail, is there any other cause of you being discharged of Goody Proctor's service?
She hates me, Uncle. She must be, for I will not be her slave. It's a bitter woman, a lying, cold, sniveling woman, and I will not work for such a woman.
She may be. But yet it has occurred to me that you've been out her house for 7 months and no other family has called for your service?
They want slaves, not such as I. Let them send to Barbados for that. I'll not blacken my face for any of them. Do you begrudge my bed, Uncle?
No, no.
My name is good in the village. I will not have it said my name is soiled. Goody Proctor is a gossiping liar. Mr. Paris, it is a marvel. Surely a stroke of hell upon
No,
you.
Goody Putnam, it is not.
How high did she fly? How high?
She never flew.
Why, sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her going to Englewood and come down as loud as Bernie says.
Now look, you Goody Putnam, she never. Good morning, Mr. Putnam.
It is the Providence. The thing is out now. It is the Providence.
What's out, sir? What's out?
Why? Her eyes are closed. Look, you, Anne.
Why, that's strange. Ours is open.
Your little Ruth is sick?
I'd not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death, you know. It's death driving them into fork and hoof.
Oh, pray not. Why, how does your child ail?
She ails as she must. She never waked this morning, but her eyes open as she walks. Hears not, sees not, she cannot eat. Soul is taken, surely.
They say you sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly?
A precaution only. He has much experience in all demonic arts, and I thought...
He has indeed, and found by a witch in Beverly last year. But you remember that.
Pray, leap not to witchcraft. I know you least of all, Thomas, would want such a disastrous charge laid upon me. They will howl me out of Salem for such a disruption in my house.
Mr. Paris, I've taken your part in all contention here, and I will continue. But cannot, if you hold back in this, the hurtful, vengeful spirits laying hands on these children.
But Thomas, you cannot.
Anne, tell Mr. Paris what you have done.
Reverend Paris, I have laid 7 children unbaptized in the earth. Believe me, sir, you never saw more hardy babies. And yet, each would wither in my arms the very night of their birth. And now this year, my Ruth, my only, I see her turning strange. Secret child she has become this year, and shrivels like a sucking mother pulling on her life tube. So I thought to send her to your Tituba.
To Tituba? But what made
Tituba
Tituba?
knows how to speak to the dead, Mr. Paris.
It is a formidable sin to conjure up the dead, Goody Anne.
I take it on my soul. But who else may surely tell us who murdered my babies?
Woman!
They were murdered, Mr. Paris. Mark this proof, mark it. Last night, my Ruth were ever so close to their little spirits. I know it, sir. For how else is she struck dumb now except some power of darkness? Stop her now. It's a marvelous sign, Mr. Paris.
Don't you understand, sir? There's a murdering witch among us, bound to keep herself in the dark. Let your enemies make of it what they will. You cannot think it war.
Then you were conjuring spirits last night.
Not I, sir, not I. Tituba and Ruth.
Oh, Abigail, what proper payment for my charity? Now I am undone.
You are not undone. Wait for no one to charge you. Declare it yourself. You have discovered witchcraft.
In my house? In my house, Thomas. They will topple me with this. They will make of it a...
Your pardon. I only thought to see how Betty is.
Why aren't you home? Who's with Ruth?
Her grandma came. She improved a little. I think she gave a powerful sneeze before.
There's a sign of life.
Will you leave me now, Thomas? I would pray a while alone.
Uncle, you prayed since midnight. Why did you not go down?
No. I have no answer for that crowd. I'll wait till Mr. Hale arrives.
Now look you, sir. Let you strike out against the devil and the village will bless you for it. Come down, speak to them, pray with them. They are thirsting for your words, mister. Surely you'll pray with them.
I'll lead them in a psalm, but let you speak nothing of witchcraft. The cause is yet unknown. I will not discuss it. I have had enough contention since I came, and I want no more.
Mercy, you go home to Ruth. Do you hear?
Aye, Mom.
If she starts for the window, cry for me at once.
I will, Uncle. How is Ruth sick?
It's weirdish. I know not. She seems to walk like a dead one last night.
Betty! Betty, do you wake up now? Sit up and stop this!
Have you tried beating her? I gave Ruth a good one and woke her up for a minute. Here, let me have her.
No! He'll be coming up. Listen now. If they be questioning us, tell them we danced. I told them as much already.
And what more?
He knows Tituba conjured Ruth's sisters to come out of the grave.
And what more?
He saw you naked.
Oh, Jesus! What do we do? The village is out. I just come from the farm. The whole country's talking about witchcraft. They'll be calling us witches, Abby. She means to tell, I know it. We've got to tell. Witchery's hanging around. A head like they've done in Boston 2 years ago. We must tell the truth, Abby. You'll only be whipped for dancing. And the other things.
Oh, we'll be whipped.
I never done none of it, Abby. I only looked.
You're a great one for looking unto Mary Warren. What a great beaming courage you have. Betty? Betty dear, wake up now. It's Abigail. I'll beat you, Betty. My, you seem improving. I talked to your papa. He knows everything. He knows now. He knows it. I want my mama. I want my mama. What ails you, Betty? Your mama's dead and buried. I'll find the mama.
danced. And Tituba conjured Ruth Putnam's dead sister, and that is all. And mark this, let either of you breathe a word, or the edge of a word about the other things. And I'll come to you in the black of some terrible night, and I'll bring a pointy reckoning that will shatter you. You know I can do it. I can make you wish you had never seen the sun go down. And Betty, sit up and stop this.
What's got her? Abby, she's going to die. It's a sin to conjure.
Shut it! I say shut it, Mary Warren.
Mr. Proctor, I'm just going home.
Be you foolish, Mary Warren? Be you deaf? I forbid you leave the house. Did I not? Why shall I pay you? I'm looking for you more often than my cows.
I come only to see the great doings in the world.
I'll show you a great doing on your ass one of these days. Now get you home. My wife is waiting for you with your work.
Bessie, oh, I got my roof to watch. Good morning, Mr. Proctor.
God, I almost forgot how strong you are, John Proctor.
What's this mischief here?
Oh, she's only gone silly somehow.
The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. The town's mumbling witchcraft.
Oh, Posh. We were dancing in the woods last night, and my uncle leaped in on us. She took fright us all.
Ah, you're wicked yet, are you? You'll be clapping the stocks by the time you're 20.
Give me a word, John. A soft word.
No, Abby, that's done.
You come 5 miles to see a silly girl fly? I know you better.
I come to see what mischief your uncle is brewing this time. Put it out of mind, Abby.
John, I've been waiting for you every night.
I never gave you any hope to wait for me.
I have something better than hope, I think.
Abigail, you put it out of mind. I'll not be coming for you no more.
You're surely sporting with me.
You know me better.
I know how you clutch my back and sweated like a stallion whenever I come near. I saw your face when she put me out, and you loved me then, and you do now.
Child.
How do you call me child?
Abigail, I may have thought softly of you from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I ever reach for you again. Wipe it from your mind. We never touched.
Oh, I marvel how such a strong man may let such a sickly wife be.
You'll speak nothing of Elizabeth!
She's blackening my name in the village. She's telling lies about me. And you beg to her. Let her turn you like a... You love me, John Proctor. And whatever sin it is, you love me yet. John, pity me. Pity me.
Child, what ails you?
What are you doing to her? Becky!
She heard you singing, and suddenly she's up to screaming.
The song, she's going in the Lord's name.
No! God forbid! Mercy! Run to the doctor and tell him what's happened here!
Mark it
Stop
for a
crying.
sign, mark it.
That is a notorious sign of witchcraft. This is a prodigious sign.
My mother told me that when they came over, I could hear the name.
Rebecca! Answer her! She suddenly cannot bear to hear the Lord's name.
What have you done?
What do you make of it, Rebecca?
Pray, count yourselves. I have 11 children, and I'm 26 times a grandma. I've seen them all through these silly seasons. And when it come on them, they run the football-legged, keeping up their mischief. I think she'll wake when she tires of it.
This is no silly season, Rebecca. My Ruth is bewildered, Rebecca. She cannot eat.
Maybe she's not hungry yet. Mr. Paris, I hope you're not decided to go in search of blue spirits. I've heard of the promise of that outside.
A wide opinion's running in the parish that the devil may be among us, and I would satisfy them that the mayor wrong.
Then let you come out and call them wrong. Did you consult the ones before you called the minister to look for devils?
He is not coming to look for devils.
Then what's he coming for?
There'll be children dying in the village, mister.
I see none dying.
Pray, John, be calm. Mr. Paris, I think it best be sent reverend help as soon as he come. We all rely on Dr. Griggs now, and good prayer.
Rebecca, the doctor's baffled.
If so he is, then let us go to God for the cause of it. this prodigious danger in the seeking of loose spirit. I fear it. I fear it. Let us rather blame ourselves.
How may we blame ourselves? I am not one of 9 sons. The Putnam seat have peopled this province. And yet, I've but 1 child left of 8. And now she shrivels.
I cannot fathom that.
When Reverend Hale comes, you will proceed to look for signs of witchcraft here.
You cannot command Paris. We vote by name in this society, not by acreage.
I never heard you so worried on this society, Mr. Proctor. I do not think I saw you at that Sabbath meeting since snow flew.
I have trouble enough without I come 5 miles to hear him preach nothing but hellfire and bloody damnation. There are plenty of others who stay away from church these days because he hardly ever mentions God anymore.
I want a mark of confidence. I am your 3rd preacher in 7 years. I do not wish to be put out like the cat when some majority feels the whim. You people seem not to comprehend that a minister is the Lord's man in the parish. I do not wish to be so lightly crossed and contradicted.
Aye.
There is either obedience or this church will burn like hell is burning.
Can you not speak 1 minute without we land in hell again? I am sick of hell.
It is not for you to say what is good for you to hear.
I may speak my heart, I think.
What are we, Quakers, John? We are not Quakers here yet. And you can tell that to your followers.
My followers.
Aye, your followers. I'm not blind. There's a party in this church. There's a faction and a party.
Against you.
Against him and all authority.
Why, then I must find this party and join it.
He does not mean that.
Oh, I mean it solemnly, Rebecca. I like not this smell of authority. I have timber to drag home and seeds to be sown. Come along, Giles. Let's find that party. He says there's a party.
I haven't changed my opinion of this man, John. Mr. Paris, I beg your pardon. I never thought you had so much iron in you.
Why, thank you, Giles.
It suggests to the mind that what the trouble be among us these years. Think on that. Wherefore is everybody still ring everybody else? I've been caught 6 times this month. And
Is it the devil's fault that a man cannot say you good morning without you clap him for defamation? You're old, Giles. You're not hearing as well as you once did.
John Proctor, I've only last month collected £4 damages for publicly saying I burned the roof of the house. And
I never said no such thing. But I paid you for it. So I hope I may call you deaf without charge. Will you come, Giles?
to this pressure.
Mr. Hale, it's good to see you again. Ooh, these are heavy.
They must be. They're waiting with authority.
Well, you do come prepared, sir.
We shall need her study. We become shaken down the old boy. You cannot be Rebecca, nurse.
I am, sir. Do you know me?
It's strange how I knew you. I suppose you look such as a good should. We have all heard of your great charities in Beverly.
Do you know this gentleman? Mr. Thomas Putnam and his good wife Anne.
Putnam. Ah, I have not expected such distinguished company, sir.
It does not seem to help us today, Mr. Hale. We look to come to a house and save our child.
Your child, else too?
Her soul seems flown away. She sleeps and yet she walks.
She cannot eat.
Cannot eat. Do these men also have afflicted children?
Oh no, these are farmers. John Proctor.
You don't believe in witches?
I never spoke of witches one way or another. Will you come, Giles?
No, John, I think not. I have some few questions of my own to ask this fellow.
Mr. Hale, I hear you be a sensible man. Let's hope you leave something to say.
Will you look at my daughter, sir? She have tried many times to leap out the window. And this morning, we find her on the high road, waving her arms as though she'd fly.
Tries to fly?
She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name. It's a sure sign of witchcraft afloat.
No. Now, let me instruct you. We cannot look to superstition in this. The devil is precise. his presence are definite so. We must only look for his just proper signs and judge nothing beforehand. And I must tell you all, I shall not proceed unless you are prepared to believe me. And I shall find no trace of hell in this.
It is agreed, sir. It is agreed. We will all abide by your judgment.
Good then. What was your first warning of this strangeness?
Well, sir, I discovered her and my niece and 10 or 12 other girls dancing in the forest.
You permit dancing?
No, it was secret.
Mr. Paris Slave has knowledge of conjuring, sir.
No, Goody Putnam, we cannot be sure of that.
I know it, sir. I sent my child. She should learn from Tituba, who murdered her sisters.
Goody Ann, you sent your child to conjure up the dead.
Let God blame me. Not you, Rebecca. I'll not have you judging me anymore. Mr. Hale, is it a natural word to lose 7 children before they live a day?
Shh! 7 dead in childbirth?
Aye.
Have no fear now. We shall find this devil child when he has come among us. And I mean to crush him utterly when he has shown his face.
Will it hurt the child, sir?
Hurt? I cannot tell. If there was in her, we may have to rip and tear to get her free.
I think I'll go then. I'm too old for this.
Why, Rebecca, we may open up the boil to all our troubles today.
Let us all hope for that. I go to God for you, sir.
I hope you do not mean we go to Satan here.
I wish I knew.
Mr. Hale, sit down. Let's get on. Mr. Hale, I've always wanted to ask a learned man, what signifies reading of strange book?
What books?
I cannot tell, she hides them.
Who does this?
Martha, my wife. I wake at night many times and found her in a corner, reading of a strange book. Now, what do you make of that?
Why, that's not
It
necessarily...
discomforts me. Last night, try this. Mark this. I tried and could not say my prayers. And then, she closed the book and walked out of my house, and suddenly, mark this. I could pray again.
Ah, a stoppage of prayer.
I'm not saying she's taught the devil now, but I would admire to know what she's reading and why she hides them. She will not tell me, you know.
Very strange. Aye, we'll discuss it. Now mark me. If she is in devil's grip, you might witness some frightful wonders in this room. So please keep your wits about you. Mr. Putnam, stand close in case she flies. Now, Betty dear, will you sit up? Betty dear, can you hear me? I'm John Hale, Minister of Beverly. I have come to help you. Do you remember my 2 little girls in Beverly? Does someone afflict your child? It need not be a woman, mind you, or a man. Perhaps some birds, or any beast at all. Perhaps a pig comes to you, invisible to others, bids you fly. In nomine Domini Sabas. Abigail, what sort of dancing were you doing with her in the forest?
Why, come and dancing is all.
I think I ought to say that I saw a kettle in the grass where they were dancing.
That were only soup.
Soup? What soup?
Why? There were beans and lentils, I think, and...
Mr. Paris, you did not notice, did you? Is there any living in the kettle? A mouse? A spider? Maybe a frog?
That jumped in. We never put it in.
What jump in?
Why, a little frog jumped.
A frog, Abby!
Abigail, it might be your cousin sighing. Did you call the devil last night?
I never called it.
Tituba called him.
She called the devil!
I should like to speak with Tituba.
Goody Ann, will you go up and fetch Tituba?
How did she call the devil?
I know not. She spoke Barbados.
Did you feel any strangeness when she called the devil? A sudden cold, perhaps? A trembling below the ground?
I didn't see no devil. Betty, wake up now.
You cannot evade me! Did your cousin drink any of pouring the kettle?
She never drank it.
Did you drink it?
No, sir.
Did Tituba ask you to drink it?
She tried, but I refused.
Why are you concealing? Are you getting sold for the devil?
I never sold myself. I'm a good girl. I'm a proper girl. She made me do it. She made Betty do it.
Abby!
Blood!
She makes me drink blood. My baby's blood.
No, chicken blood. I give chicken blood.
Woman! Have you enlisted with these little children?
No, I don't drunk with the devil.
Are you silencing this child? Why can she not awake?
I love me, Betty.
You have sent your spirit up in this child. Are you gathering souls for the devil?
She sent her spirit on me in church. She makes me laugh at prayers.
She have often laughed at prayer.
She comes to me every night to go and drink blood.
You made me to come to her. She made me
She
to
comes
make
to me while I
her.
sleep and make me dream corruptions.
Tituba, when did you come back with the devil?
I don't come back with no devil.
You must confess or I'll whip you to your death. Tituba.
This woman must be hanged. She must be taken and hanged.
No, don't make it about. I don't desire to work for him, sir.
Then you saw him.
The devil!
I know. When we find ourselves in the hell, it is very hard to break with it entirely. We have come to help you. You will be a good Christian woman, would you not, Tituba?
A good Christian woman.
And you love these little children?
Oh, yes, sir. I don't desire to hurt little children.
And you love God, Tituba?
I love God with all my being.
And it's God's holy name.
Bless him. Bless him.
And His glory.
Bless him. Bless the God.
Open yourself, Tituba. Open yourself and let God's holy light shine on you.
Oh, bless the Lord.
Tituba, when the devil comes to you, did he ever come with another person? Someone in the village?
Who
Perhaps-
come with him? Who come with the devil?
Sarah Good, did you see Sarah Good or Osborne?
Was it a man or woman who came with him?
Was woman.
You say it was woman? What did she look like?
It was dark, and
But you could see him. Why could she not see her?
You must have no fear to give us all their names. You know, do you not? A devil cannot overcome a minister. We will protect you.
Oh, yes,
Who?
sir. I know.
Their names.
How many times he beat me to kill you, Mr. Paris?
Kill me?
Say, Mr. Paris must be killed. Mr. Paris, no goodly man. Mr. Paris, mean man, no gentleman. He beat me right off my bed and cut your throat. But I tell him, no, I don't hate that man. I don't want to kill that man. But he say, you work for me, Tituba, and I make you free. I give you pretty dress to wear and put your white hat in the air. And you go fly back to Barbados. And I say, you lie, devil, you lie. Come one stormy night to me. And he say, look, I have white people belong to me. And I look, and there was Goody Good.
Sarah Good?
Aye, sir, and Goody Osborne.
I knew it. Goody Osborne would midwife to me 3 times. I begged to Thomas that I know.
Take courage, Tituba. Take courage. You must give us all their names. Look at her. Look at the God-given innocence. How can you bear to see her suffering? Devil is upon her like the beast upon the pure flesh of pure lamb. We will protect you, and God will bless you for your help.
I want to open myself. I want the light of God. I want the sweet love of Jesus. I saw the devil. I danced with him. I wrote in his books. I go back to Jesus. I kiss his hand. I saw Sarah Good with the devil. I saw Goody Osborne with the devil. I saw Bridget Bishop with the devil. I saw George Jacobs with the devil. I saw Timothy Howell with the devil.
Speaks!
I saw Martha Meadows with the devil. I saw Denny Stimmer with the devil. I saw Esther with the devil. I saw Goody Hopper with the devil.
so late? It's almost dark.
I were planting fire on the forest edge.
You're done then?
Aye. Farmer seated. Are the boys asleep yet?
They will be soon.
Pray now for a fair son.
Aye.
Are you well today?
I am.
Cider?
Aye. You come so late. I thought you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
Why? I have no business in Salem.
You did speak of going earlier this week.
I've thought better of it since.
Mary Warren's there today.
Why do you let her? You heard me forbid her go.
I forbid her go, but she raises up her chin like a daughter of a prince and says to me, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I'm an official of the court.
Court? What court?
Aye, it is a proper court they have now. They've sent 4 judges out of Boston, weighty magistrates of the district council. And at the head sits a deputy governor of the province.
Why, she's gone mad.
I would to God she were. There'd be 14 people in jail now, she says. And the court have power to try them and hang them, she says.
They'd never hang.
The deputy governor promised hanging if she'll not confess, John. The time's gone wild, I think. Mary Warren speak of Abigail as though she were a saint to hear her. She brings the other girls to court, and where she walks, the crowd will part like a sea for Israel. Folks are brought before her, and if Abigail howl and fall to the floor, the person's clapped in jail for bewitching her.
Oh, it is a black mischief.
I think you must go to Salem, John. I think so. Let you go tonight.
I'll think on it.
Tell Shiva what she said to you last week in her uncle's house. She said it had naught to do with witchcraft, did she not?
Aye, she did. She did.
You must go now, John.
I'll think on it.
You cannot keep it.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I'll think on it.
Good then, that you think on it.
Abigail, I only wonder if my story may be credited in such a court. If the girl's a saint now, I think it'd be hard to charge fraud upon her. And the town's gone so silly. She told it to me in a room alone, Elizabeth. I have no proof for it.
You were alone with her?
For a moment alone, aye.
Why then? That is not as you told me.
For a moment, I say. The others came in soon after.
Do as you wish then.
Woman, I will not have your suspicion no more.
I
I will not
have...
have it.
Then let you not earn it.
You doubt me yet?
John, if it were not Abigail you must go to hurt, would you falter now? I think not.
Now look here.
I see what I see, John.
Elizabeth, I have good reason to think twice before I charge fraud on Abigail, and I will think on it. Let you look to your own betterment before you judge your husband anymore.
I do not judge you. The magistrate sits in your heart that judges you. I never thought you but a good man, John. Only somewhat bewildering.
Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze beer. How dare you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me?
I am sick, Mr. Proctor. Pray with me now. My insides are all shattering. I'm in the proceeding all day, sir.
And what are these proceedings here? When will you proceed to keep this house clean as you paid £9 a year to do, and my wife not holding well?
Goody Proctor, I made you a gift today. I had to sit long hours in the and pass the time of sewing. Why, thank you. It is a fair place. We must all love each other, not Goody Proctor. Aye, indeed we must. I'll get up early and clean the house. I must go sleep now.
Mary? Is it true? There'll be 14 women arrested.
No, sir. They'll be 39 now.
Why, she's weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne. Well, hey.
Hang. Hang, you say? The deputy governor will permit it?
They sentenced her. They must. But not for Sarah Good. For Sarah Good confessed to see
Confessed? To what?
that she sometimes made a compact with Lucifer and wrote her name in the black book with the blood and bounded herself to torment Christian till God's thrown down, and we must all worship hell forevermore.
But surely you know what a jabberer she is. You did tell him that, didn't you?
Mr. Proctor, in open court, she nearly choked us all to death.
How choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
Why, Mary, surely
She
you
tried to kill me many times, Goody Proctor.
I have never heard you mention that before.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When she come into the court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she sleeps in ditches, so very old and poor. But then she sits there, denying and denying, and I felt a misty coldness climb up my back, and the skin on my skull begin to creep, and I felt a clamp around my neck, and I cannot breathe there. And I heard a voice, a screaming voice, and it was my voice, and all at once I remembered everything she said to me.
Why? What has she done to you?
So many times, good Mr. Proctor, she come into this very door, begging for bread and a cup of cider. And mark this, whenever I turned her away empty, she mumbled.
Mumble? She may mumble if she's hungry.
But what does she mumble? You must remember that Goody Proctor. Last month, a Monday, I believe, she walked away, and I thought my guts were burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
I do.
So, I told that to George Hathorne, and so he says, Goody good. What curse may you mumble that this girl must fall sick after turning you away? And she replies, Why, Your Excellency, no curse at all. I only say my commandments, and I hope I may say my commandments, says she.
And that's an upright answer.
Aye, but then George Hathorne said, Recite for us your commandments. And of all the 10, she could not say a single one. She never knew no commandments, and they had her in a flat lie.
And so condemned her?
They must if she condemned herself.
But the proof. The proof.
I told you the proof. It's hard proof. Hard as rocks, the judges said.
Mary Warren, you will not go to that court again.
I will be gone every day now. I am amazed you do not see what weighty work we do.
What weighty work you do? It is strange work for a Christian girl to hang old women.
But they will not hang if they confess. Sarah Good will only be sitting in jail for some time. And here's a wonder for you. Goody Good was pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman's near to 60.
They had Dr. Griggs examine her, and she's full to the brim. Smoking pipes all these years, and no husband either. But she's safe. Thank God. For they'll not hurt the innocent child. But be that not a marvel. You must see it, Mr. Proctor. It's God's work we do. So I'll be gone every day for some time now. I am amazed you don't see weighty work we do. And I am an official of the court now.
I'll official you.
I'll not stop whipping anymore. The devil's loose in Salem, and we must discover where he's hiding.
I'll whip the devil out of you.
This is too long today. I'm accused. You were somewhat mentioned, but I said I never see no sign you ever sent your spirit out to hurt no one. It seems you do live so closely with me. They dismissed it.
Who accused me?
I am bound by law. I cannot tell it.
Go to bed.
I will not be ordered to bed no more, Mr. Proctor. I am 18 and a woman, however single.
Do you wish to stay up? Then stay up.
Well, I wish to go to bed.
Good night, then.
Good night. Oh, the noose is up.
There'll be no news.
She wants me dead, John.
They dismissed it. You heard her say.
And what's of tomorrow? She will cry me out until they take me.
Sit you down.
She wants me dead, John.
I say sit down. Now we must be wise, Elizabeth.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
I'll go tomorrow. I'll find Shiva. I'll tell him she said it was all for sport.
John, so many in jail. More than that is needed now, I think. Would you favor me with this? Go to Abigail.
What have I to say to Abigail?
John, grant me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There is a promise made in any bed.
What promise?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made. And she may dote on it now, I am sure she does, and thinks to kill me, then to take my place. It is her dearest hope, John, I know it. There'd be 1,000 names. Why does she call mine? There'd be a certain danger in calling such a name. I am no goody-good that sleeps in ditches, nor Osborne drink or half-witted. She dare not call out such a farmer's wife, but there be monstrous profit in it. She means to take my place, John.
But she cannot think it.
John, have you ever shown her somewhat of contempt? She cannot pass you by church, but you will blush.
I may blush for my sin.
I think she sees another meaning in that blush.
And what see you? What sees Elizabeth?
I think you be somewhat ashamed, for I am there and she so close.
Woman, when will you know me? Were I a rock, I would have cracked with shame this past 7 months.
Then go and tell her she's a whore. Whatever promise she may sense, break it, John, break it.
Good. Then I'll go. Why? Mr. Hale, good evening to you, sir.
Good evening. I hope I do not startle you.
No, it's only that we heard no horse.
You are Goodwife Proctor.
Aye, Elizabeth.
I hope you are not off the bed yet.
No. We're just not used to visitors after dark. Will you sit?
I will. And you, Goodwife Proctor.
Will you drink cider, Mr. Hale?
No. It rebels my stomach. I have some further traveling tonight. I will not keep you long, but I have some business with you.
Business of the court?
No. I come of my own. I know not if I will, but your wife's name is mentioned in the court.
Aye. We know of it, sir. Our Mary Warren told us. We're entirely amazed.
It is a strange time, mister. I'm a stranger here, and in my ignorance, I find it hard to draw clear opinions upon the accused before the court. And so this afternoon, and now tonight, I come from house and house, and I just come from Rebecca.
Rebecca's charged.
Surely you cannot think so.
This is a strange time, mister. No man may longer doubt the power of dog against a monstrous attack upon this village. There's too much evidence not to deny it, your grace, sir.
I have no knowledge in that line. But it's hard to think so pious a woman is secretly a devil's bitch after 75 years of good prayer.
But the devil is a wealthy one. You cannot deny it. However, your wife is far from accused. I thought, sir, to put some question of Christian character to this house, if you will permit me.
Why? We have no fear of questions here, sir.
Good then. In the book of Mr. Paris keeps, it said you are rarely attempt the Sabbath day.
No, sir, you are mistaken.
Only 17 times on 26 months. I must call that rare.
Mr. Hale, I knew not that I had to account to that man, whether I stay home or go to church. My wife was sick this past winter.
So I'm told. But why? Why could you not come along?
I surely did come when I could. And when I couldn't, I stayed here and prayed.
Mr. Proctor, your theology must tell you that your house is not a church. Christian on Sabbath day must be in a church. Tell me, You have 3 children, right?
Aye. Boys.
And why only 2 are baptized?
I like it not that that man lay his hand upon my child. I see no light of God in that man, and I'll not conceal it.
Sir, this is not a choice of yours. The man is ordained, that means the light of God is in him.
It may have been we have been too quick to bring the man to book. But you cannot think we ever desired the destruction of religion in this household, mister. I think that is on your mind, is it not?
I have indeed. There's a softness in the record, sir. A softness.
I think, Mr. Paris, that we have been too hard on Paris. But sure, we never loved the devil here.
Do you know your commandment, Elizabeth?
I surely do. There be no mark of blame upon my life, Mr. Hale. I am a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, mister?
Why? I'm sure I do.
Let you repeat them, if you will.
The commandments?
I,
Thou shalt not kill.
I,
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not bear the Lord's name in vain. Thou shalt honor thy father and mother. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt not bear false witness.
you have said that twice, sir.
Aye.
Adultery, John.
Aye. You see, sir, between the two of us, we do know our commandments. I think it'd be a small fault.
Theology, sir, is a fortress. No crack in a fortress may account it small.
There be no love of Satan in this house, mister.
I pray dearly. Well then, I bid you good night.
Mr. Hale? I do think you are suspecting me somewhat. Are you not?
I do not judge you, Elizabeth. My duty is to add what I may, a godly wisdom, to the court. I pray you both good fortune and good health. Good night, then.
I think you must tell him, John.
What's that?
Will you tell him?
I have no witness and no proof, yet my word be taken. But I know that the children's sickness has not to do with witchcraft.
Not to do.
Mr. Paris discovered them sporting in the woods. They frightened and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail Williams told you it has not to do with witchcraft?
Aye.
Then why did you keep this?
I had not known until tonight that the world had gone so daft with this nonsense.
Nonsense! Mister, I have myself examined Crucible, Sargood, and numerous others, and they have confessed they have dealing with the devil. They have confessed it.
And why not if they must hang for denying it? There are them that will swear to anything before they hang. Have you thought of that, mister?
I have indeed. And you, would you testify this to the court?
I had not.
You falter here.
I falter at nothing. But I do wonder how my story will be taken in such a court. I do wonder when such a steady-minded minister as yourself will suspicion such a woman who has never lied. She has never lied, Your Honor, and the world knows it. So I may falter somewhat. I am no fool.
Mister, let you open with me now. I have heard that always troubles me is that you hold no belief on witchcraft. Is it true, mister?
I know not what I have said, but the Bible speaks of witches, and I will not deny them.
And you, Elizabeth?
I cannot believe it.
You cannot?
I cannot believe that the devil may own a woman's soul when she's kept an upright way as I have. I am a good woman, sir. I know it. But if you believe that I may only do good work in the world, and yet be secretly bound to Satan, then I tell you, I do not believe it.
But you do believe there's a witch?
If you believe I am one, then I say there are none.
You surely do not fight against the gospel, the gospel.
Your Honor, she did not mean to doubt the gospel. Surely you cannot think so. We are a good Christian house, Your Honor. A good Christian house.
I pray that the third child be quickly baptized and go without fail any Sabbath prayer on Sunday. And keep a quiet, solemn way among you. I think...
John!
Giles, what's the matter?
They take my wife and his Rebecca!
Rebecca's in jail?
I'll trip and come and take her since this wagon. We've only now come from the jail and they don't even let us get in to see her.
Why, they've surely gone mad now, Mr. Hale.
Reverend Hal, can you not speak to the deputy governor? I'm sure you mistake these people.
Pray calm yourself, Mr. Nurse.
But my wife is very brick and mortar of the church, Mr. Hal. And Martha Curry, there cannot be a woman closer yet to the goddamn Martha.
How is Rebecca charged?
For the murder. She's charged for the marvelous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's baby. What am I to do, Mr. Hal?
Pray calm yourself. Believe me, if the Rebecca is tainted, there'll be nothing left to stop the whole green world from burning. Let you rest up in the court. The court will send her home. I know it.
You cannot mean she'll be tried in the court?
How may such a woman murder children?
Mister, before an hour before the devil falls, God thinks her beautiful in heaven.
I never said my wife were rich. I only said she was reading books.
What complaint exactly was your wife made in the church, in the court?
That bloody Mongol welfare charger. You see, she bought a pig of my wife 4 or 5 years ago, and then the pig died soon after. So he come and dancing of his money back. My mother, my wife, she said to him, well, God, if you haven't the wit to keep a pig alive for more than 4 weeks, you will not live on money. Now she goes to court and claims that from that day she cannot keep a pig alive for 4 weeks because my mother bewitched them with her books.
Good evening. Good evening to you, John Proctor.
Why? Good evening, Cheever. I hope you're not here on business of the court.
I do, Proctor. I'm clerk of the court now, you know. I have a warrant for your wife.
You say she were not charged.
I know nothing of it. When was she charged?
I am given 16 warrants tonight, and she is one.
Who charged her?
Why? Abigail Williams charged her.
Abigail Williams? On what proof? What proof?
I have little time, Mr. Proctor. The court made me search a house, but I like not to search a house. So will you please hand me any puppets that your wife may keep here?
Puppets?
I never kept no puppets. Not since I were a girl.
I spy a puppet, Goody Proctor.
Oh, this is Mary's.
Will you please give it to me?
Has the court discovered a text in puppets now, Mr. Hale?
Do you keep any others in this house?
No, nor this one till tonight. What signifies a puppet?
Why, a puppet may signify... Now, woman, will you please to come with me?
She will not. Go fetch Mary.
What signifies a puppet, Shiver?
Why, they say that it may signify that she... Why this? This!
What's there?
It is a needle.
What signifies a needle?
I had my doubts, Proctor. I had my doubts. But here's a calamity. It is a needle, sir. You see?
What signifies a needle?
The Williams girl, Abigail Williams, sir. She said to Reverend Perry's house tonight. I mean, a warning, she falls to the floor, like a struck beast, he says. And he goes to save her, and stabbed 2 inches in the flesh of her belly. He drew a needle out. And demanding, oh, how she come to be so stabbed. Testify, you were wise familiar spirit pushed it in.
Why, she stuck it there herself. I hope you're not taking this for proof.
This
Mr.
hard truth. I find here a puppet Goody Proctor keeps, and in the belly of the puppet a needle stuck. I never want to see such proof of how, and I bid you obstruct me not, for I...
Here. Now, Mary, tell her how this puppet came to my house.
What puppet's that, sir?
This puppet.
I think it is mine.
It is your puppet, is it not?
It is, sir.
And how did it come to be in this house?
Why, I made it in the court and gave it to Goody Proctor tonight.
There, now do you have it?
Mary Warren, a needle is found in his puppet.
Why, I made no
Mary, are you sure this is your natural memory? Or maybe even now you're saying this, that someone conjures you?
Conjures me? Why? I'm entirely myself, I think. Let you go and ask Susanna Wolcott. She saw me when I made it in the court. Ask Abby. She sat right beside me when I made it.
Mary, you are trying to cold and cruel murder on Abigail.
Murder? I tried to know.
Abigail was stabbed tonight.
She charges me?
Aye.
Why? That girl is murder. She must be ripped out of the world.
You heard that! Ripped out of the world! You heard that!
Out of here!
You just ripped the deputy
Down the
governor!
deputy governor, out of my house!
Proctor!
Get you gone with them!
Proctor, if she is innocent!
If she is innocent, why do you never wonder if Paris be innocent, or Abigail? Are they born this morning as clean as God's fingers? I'll tell you what's walking Salem. Vengeance is walking Salem. This warrant is vengeance, and I will not give my wife to vengeance.
I'll go, John.
You will not go.
I think I must go. Mary, there is bread enough for the morning. You will bake in the afternoon. Oh, Mr. Proctor, as if you were his daughter. You owe me that, and much more. Speak nothing to the children of witchcraft. It will frighten them.
I will bring you home soon, Elizabeth.
Bring me soon.
Fear nothing. I'll fall like an ocean upon that court.
I will fear nothing.
Damn it, man! You will not shame her! Proctor! Out of my sight!
Charity, Proctor, charity! What I've heard tonight, I will have no fear to testify to the court. Oh, God, help me now. I cannot judge her innocent or guilty.
You are a coward now. Whether you be ordained in God's own tears, you are a coward now.
I know nothing, but only this consider. The world goes mad, and profit nothing you cause vengeance on this little girl.
Get out.
John, tell me, are we lost?
Go home now, Giles. We'll speak on it tomorrow.
Let you think on it. We'll come tomorrow earlier. Huh?
Aye. Go now, Giles.
Good night, then.
Mr. Proctor, very likely they'll let her come home once they're given proper evidence.
You are going to that court with me, Mary Warren, and you will tell them that.
I cannot charge murder on Abigail.
You will tell them how that puppet came to be in my house, and you will tell them who stuck that needle in.
She'll kill me for saying that. Abby will charge lechery on you.
She's told you?
I've known it, sir. I know she'll ruin you with it. I know she will.
Good. Their saintliness is done with. And we will climb together into our pit. And you will tell them what she said.
They'll turn on me. I cannot.
My wife will not die for me. I will bring your guts into your mouth, but that goodness will not die for me.